Hi everyone. I'm Joe Berg and this is Jason. Together we make up Oprillo. So, what is Oprillo? We are a service to manufacturers of domestic appliances to allow them to enter the Internet of Things. So we provide everything they need to get their devices connected to the Internet and everything they need for their consumers or their customers to benefit from that connection. We've broken that down into three areas. So the first is the actual the hardware. What we do is it's a consultancy type idea. We go in, we meet with a manufacturer, and we basically provide them with the hardware chip that connects to their device and works out how we do that. The next layer is the infrastructure layer. So that's everything that once it's connected to the internet, how we get that information to our kind of platform. Layer is the intelligence and kind of appliance UI. That's pretty much everything you need for manufacturers to do it. And the reason that they're not doing it now is they're either software companies trying to do hardware or they're hardware companies trying to do software. And we're aiming to bridge the gap between that. There are a lot of benefits to the manufacturers for entering this market. So obviously the first one is that it's a USP, it's a differentiator. It allows their products to be more consumer focused. It adds them benefits in terms of efficiency and also drags data off devices. So a lot of these companies have kind of analytics built into their products, but have no way of getting that data off of it. We also bring in a lot of data from other sources that can be used and in combination makes their devices more intelligent. So we draw in data from weather, from transport, and from social media, from people's kind of calendars themselves. So our main customers are manufacturers, big corporate world, but our design has entirely been user focused. So what we aim to do is learn about you as a person, as a user, and make the world around you interact with you the way you want it to. We don't think you should ever have to put the same information into the internet twice. If you've updated your calendar, if you've said that you're going to a meeting, why do you have to tell us that when that information's out there and is accessible? So what we do is we build this user routine, this profile. Every time you interact with an enabled device, that's more information about you that tells us how you like your setup of your room, what kind of preferences you have and how you interact with these items. So by knowing that information, that allows us to start automating these processes and controlling devices for you. Another aspect of connecting these devices is that you can bring a shared intelligence across them. So the interoperability of devices. So we've set up a really quick demo for you today. So obviously we don't have a thermostat on the wall in this building. So this is what happens when you get an engineer to design a UI. Here is our thermostat slider. And basically what you can see is that we're interacting with our heating, but actually we're also interacting with the lighting as well. The way that you heat your room is kind of affected as well by the rest of the context around you. Part of that is lighting. So on this version, we're showing that actually we're using your lighting as a visual indicator for your energy consumption. Having a low heating setting, you've got a nice blue light. In the middle, you've got green to show you're energy efficient. And as it gets hotter, it leaves you as being quite red and shows that you're not being as environmentally friendly as you could be, because you don't really need a 40-degree room unless it's a sauna. The platform also creates an open API. So we really love guys that build really intelligent apps and devices like that. We want them to be able to use this as a way of connecting to devices and adding their intelligence to it. So Umotive, who won the Big Awards, is a great example. They've got a whole load of intelligence in a medical space, and we can give them connections to medical devices and the devices that are around people that are going to be interacting with them while they're at home using their apps.
Hi, there's clearly a lot of sort of personal information there around. How do you keep it secure and private?
Fantastic. So we've built everything so that we basically kind of obfuscate a lot of the data. So we know a lot about you as a person, but the application running your heating doesn't. So also each device is built separately, and we have layers of communication that's all encrypted between it. In terms of within the home, we've got a radio mesh network, so we can run direct over IP, and all of that is encrypted as well, so you can't kind of intercept in the home. So that's kind of a large part of it. Security is a massive thing that obviously people is a growing awareness of how much data people are putting out there. And what we're kind of saying is to them is that everything we do, every automation we make, we ask permission first and we learn your preferences. And what we're also doing is we're not really asking new information. It's stuff that you've already put on your Facebook status. So if it's out there anyway, it's kind of, that's what we're using. We're not asking you to kind of tell us all that extra information. So.
Okay, I've got a question. Just a show of hands in the room, who would want to use these type of services at home? Thank you. There you go. That's a good piece of feedback. Thank you. And who thinks they'll actually creep into products, whether they'll want to use them or not? Yeah, just what I thought. Absolutely, absolutely.
So to remind you of the memorable RAPTOR program, we actually came up with a lovely little check. I'm not going to say who did it, but we thought we'd have a little photo op for all of the RAPTOR alumni and RAPTOR grant winners. So if anyone wants to join the picture, feel free.